Are we ready? I told you to don't make me smile before we go to the live stream. Everyone is gonna see now. Oh, this team. Let's get on with it. Is the recording started?
Why did you change your look? You looked very different before you converted.
Thank you very much for asking that question. How did I change my eyes and my tweet, how I looked from my previous version as a Christian to new version? Please do note that I do know deep down, Allah looks into heart. Allah doesn't care how we look. I still get upset as I think about it. But you can see result is very good. So it all started, I think it was my second halala husband. So I was so desperate to get the halala husband because my husband divorced me. Remember my husband, we met in the dawah, he asked me to become a Muslim and he was falling in love with me at the first sign. Soon after I told him, I grew up in a Christian household. So we got married soon after that. But you know, life is as a marriage so hard. So it was my second halala husband, which it was turning to lockdown. I couldn't go to the mosque, so we met online. I sent him my picture. I think I was very modest, so I sent my picture. We already made a deal on the money, how much it's gonna cost, and then we made the agreement. So he would taste my juice, and then from that he would give me 3 talaks, and then I can go back to my husband, who he loved me so much. He really, really loved me. Like there was no any other way, so I couldn't stay with this new guy anyway. So I was waiting him in the room. I can't give all the details, but anyway, to send email, especially those of you who support me in Patreon, send me email. I will make a conference meeting with you, and then I can explain all the details, because I know sisters are in need of this information, so we can all learn from one another. And as a mother of the believers, Aisha stated that women need to support one another. Remember when woman was beaten and her skin was greener than her dress, she stood up for her. She made a case to Muhammad. She stood with her until she got the justice, and justice was she needed to go back to her husband until he tasted her juice. Anyway, so therefore, as a sister, we need to tell one another and support one another with the experience we had. So therefore, get in touch with me with my Patreon. Of course, if you are not member to my Patreon, I can't help you. But those of you who donate me monthly, oh, by the way, is the deposit arrived? We really need that deposit. I need to get my nails done, man. What is this? Cut this part, okay? Those of you who are member of my Patreon, those who regularly support me, without your support, I cannot do what I do. I cannot debunk Christianity. Just drop me email. I will give you all the details you need for halal marriage, how to find halal husband, and how to get divorced. I know all the details. I've got like 4 or 5 experience, but today I want to talk about my second halal husband. I went to hotel where we're supposed to meet. I was just like under the veil. It was just like, I think it was like 3 months after my marriage. That was like my second divorce, which I needed to do halala. So I was waiting in the hotel room, and then when he came in, I stood up, and then I simply just unveiled my face. My husband, he never commented on my eyesight, or he never commented on my tweet before, because he loved me as I was, because I was ex-Christian. People say that's love jihad, but don't believe in that. He loved me, he still loves me, even though he gave me a couple of halal divorce. Anyway, so I stood up, and this guy, brother, came in. I unveiled my face. The moment he saw, he said, "Subhanallah, cover it up, cover it up." He couldn't even look at me. Why? He didn't say anything. All he said was, "I think we can do this business without seeing each other's face." So after that, I got very upset. When I went back to my husband, I was so upset. And he asked me what happened. He said, maybe you had to tell him that you are ex-Christian, because the way we treat our ex-Christian Muslims is very different. We want them to be happy, otherwise they will not be Muslim anymore, so you keep them happy stuff. And then he said he made some money. He got some money as he was halal husband to someone. So while I was paying to someone to taste my juice so that I can become halal for my husband, at the same stage, my husband was sacrificing and being so kind and generous to women like me by becoming halal husband for them. And in that, he earned 25,000. So because, as I said, my husband loved me so much, so he decided to give me that 25,000 pounds so that I can get my tooth fixed, I can get my eyes fixed, and I can get myself fixed. And that's why I changed my look. Because as I said, Allah looks into hearts. I didn't want to have the same issue with my third and fourth halal husband. And see, it worked. It worked, sisters. From that, I never had the same issue. I had third halal husband, I had the fourth halal husband, and they were all so happy and so happy to see me. I think that answers your question. I hope you are satisfied by it, because as I said, it is not about how I look. It's about how man is being pleased by me. And if my face was causing them to stumble or not enjoy the job they were doing, because they were sacrificially giving themselves to me, even though I paid, like, I think in that one, I think to second husband, I paid over 3,000 pounds. That's okay, money is not a big deal, because thanks to supporters like you, I can make enough money now. It's not about how you look. I think we cut in here. Why? Because I just remembered, actually, like deep down, it was very ugly, but my husband told me I'm not permitted to talk about those things. I think it's good we get this done, because everyone is asking why I changed my appearance. Anyway, I've got to get on with. My husband is just like waiting for me. He said if we get the deposit in, he's gonna take me out to dinner. So we've got a new halal shop next to us, just next to our door. So he will take me there, so I get dinner date. I need to prepare for it, but it's all depend if I got the deposit or not.